Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Meta HSC Valorant Season 1 2022. And join with me once again is Hashtag Slim.
Hello, Amp. Good to see you once again here. As the dog was going a bit off there, but we are ready to go into our final game of the day. We were going to have the Glen Waverley boys actually playing against. I believe it was going to be the other side of things. Actually, I can't even remember the other team. John High,
University.
what a University High. That was the one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the game was actually complete without our. Well, there was something sent. Unfortunately, we just didn't receive it in time. So we've got ourselves another game. It's the Joseph Banks Secondary College. Both their teams, red and blue, over in Western Australia, who will be completing our final game of the day. And I reckon it should still be a nice one. We had an interesting game last time. The West Australian guys did come together, and this time, of course, it will be over on Haven. And I'm hoping get ourselves a nice one to finish. It's been a 13-7 and 13-6 scorelines in our first two games. Maybe we get one just a little bit closer as we look to see how both of these teams do perform. But hopefully we don't have the server issues like we did last time, because that was a bit of a problem for both sides. It started out as a 5v4 and ended in a 2v3 halfway through, and then we got back to the numbers. Hopefully Valorant servers have managed to fix themselves up a bit. We can have ourselves a nice little best of one from the West Australian boys to finish off our day of Valorant.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. JBSC, both red and blue. I mean, this is like the classic. If anyone ever seen Red vs Blue, like the old series by Ricitic, that would
Jeez.
just be absolutely amazing. Best swing ever. So we're gonna have a lot of references going through. With that being said, this is a Western Australian game, and obviously we don't really have a Valorant server over there, so the ping is gonna be a little bit more higher than the normal. So whatever comes out of here is gonna be something reminiscent of the good old ADSL days, but at the same time, if they're able to pull off some miracle god plays, we are always going to be cheering for it. So let's load on to Haven and see exactly what Red vs Blue can bring us.
That's what we're going to see as the team picks start to make their way in. Both sides, we can see Nep looking towards possibly a little bit of a pick on that fade. We've seen the one fade pick so far today, as the character has now become available for for all teams after that first round. So she's the new hot property on the block. But as we can see here, looking at a few different ones here, some Killjoy possibly for the red boys of the Joseph Banks Secondary College. Lilith as well, looking again on that fade. Some Rainers for both sides, maybe. An Astra as well for Chen. We haven't seen an Astra today, but definitely on Haven, that's one that you usually see a fair bit of. Hippo looking as well for that, stuff right there. And Nep, there we go. So that's one fade locked in. Possibly another couple coming as we get down to the 26 seconds there. Both teams just taking their time to the picks, going through them, just allowing themselves to take that full, 90 odd seconds and get a few more chats in before we do get this one underway.
Well, look, looking at this right now, we can definitely just be seeing Fade Rainer on both sides with Astra. Like, that would just be topping it off for this match. As we have the full side of blue already locking all their agents onto the left side, the difference is going to be that Sage versus the Sky with the Killjoy versus that Astra. So it's very interesting because I make that, and there's gonna be a comparison between the breach against the Kaio. So suppression against the potential concussions. You're gonna have the fade. You're gonna have the dueling empresses. You're gonna have the wars versus the bots versus the lockdowns, and the team heal against normal heal and war. It's gonna be interesting, but I think right now if we were to look at it, it's more towards the red side playing for the second, or well, playing for the first half onto this, and then playing into the advantage onto the second, because they definitely have a lot more that they can utilize and just wait for a response into the bait.
Yeah, that they definitely can. But I mean, over on the other side of things as well, for the Raider boys of the Joseph Banks Secondary College, you look at those defensive players that they do have, that Jet, and also the Killjoy, which I mean, for VDP, he can just basically guard the A side by himself. Has that one locked down. It allows the boys to have themselves a bit more of protection towards the C side, to have that sort of play towards B. So if they want to do attack C, the Joseph Banks Secondary College Blue boys, they're going to be running into a fair bit there. And it looks like that's where they're going to be heading to start this one as we get underway our first round of our last game of the evening.
Yeah, so here we go. We're already going to utilize the whole utilities just to make sure they get the right mix up. As they go through, Pseudo gets taken down by Demon and Moss 66 on the double kill right now. Crow comes out swinging a little bit, but Moss looks like a trooper trying to get the wall. Oh, it's going to get the 4! Oh! 8 is going to be the ace to start this one up. And there is no plan, and everyone gets shut down. No money in the bank in order to contest, and oh, what a stuff for Moss 66.
That is rough for the Blue Boys. That they just got absolutely decimated there. It's Debonair Moss 66, an ace to start that one off. He'd be feeling pretty happy about that one. Doesn't really need to invest anymore into this. He's going to stick with the Ghost, which honestly, after seeing that, not a bad idea. And off that, well, they're going to go looking towards this A site now, which are running towards that Killjoy. But that's what you can see there. You have that extra sort of number towards that C site, and you're looking at all those angles, and Debonair can just play off that one as well, running around, finds themselves the 5K as they just, you know, put everything together as they need to. But now, going over to our second round here, it's looking like they want to split towards A already. Rotations coming in rather quickly. Extra stuff set up close as well as they look to try and, you know, find these angles when you already have so many people coming over. In fact, the entire team has made their way here. VDP finds Pseudo early. Does take a dink, and, well, off that they're going to start rotating away. And Hippo, he tried to get aggressive on towards Nep there, and he's going to be put away. So 4v4 is still an opportunity, and maybe they're still looking to try to push this one here. All the players again looking to push in towards that one. Krog's going to be spotted out early. Needs to be careful of that. VDP will put him away, and it's going towards Nep now. The spray not connecting, unfortunately. They did pick up that Spectre, and now back to a 4v2. You've only really got the classics in hand. There's an opportunity to rotate to CLB if they can get there in time to at least get that spike plant, but this should be going around here to Joseph Banks Secondary College for the Red Boys.
Well, here we go. They are going to quickly rotate into the C, so the information hasn't really pulled through. And so, yeah, I guess that's just going to be it. They are going to get the 1 kill, lock this one down possibly. Left. Get that Tremor just to make sure that there's no one around. The plan is going to be okay. And now, if they don't win this round, which is more than likely at this second, they still have a little bit more bank to go and push for the extra round onto the next one, play off the anti-free. Yeah, there goes Chimmy, and now here we go, quickly just put up some nightmares and pretty much identify where Asabuli is going to be. There's the defuse, Empress is already going to be up for Moss, and at the same time, it depends on what is going to happen. They are going to give that defuse over to the Killjoy. They do want to have that early lockdown in order to favor themselves. Only 2 more kills in order to get it. And yeah, it's just going to be the free round running this one down. If they choose to invest, that would be actually quite interesting. But it looks like it's going to be... Oh, the one Phantom is going to be invested. We're looking at what Chess possibly is going to be able to pull this one.
Well, I mean, it's not a bad option, I guess, because Lilith, even if they do go down and let's say they did have teammates to sort of, you know, buy them into this, but it looks like it's just going to be Spectres. Hippo's not going to invest anything at all, but looks like we're just going to stay on that classic, which, I mean, is fine. You want to save money for that full buy, and you're playing that bonus against the gun, so better to keep the credits available. And towards this C site they go. Hippo's going to get that one there, and the hostiles detected, gets the 4 suppressions. The VDP tucked in the corner here. It's also something they can do early, so they managed to slow them down. It's allowed these rotates to start making the way in. If he gets his first angle here, but Chami's managed to put him away, and now Lilith with the Spectre out, and this is just the aggression, and it's also the gun difference here. The Vandals and also the Phantoms doing the work. Debonair finds one, but that's all they're going to find. Joseph Banks Secondary College Blue will get their first round on the board. They went against those bonus guns, but now this is where the pivotal rounds start to come in. You've got full buys for both sides. This is exactly where they want to be. For the Blue Boys, I mean, for Joseph Banks, they can get this going. They can start building a few credit system round, and then puts the Secondary College Red Boys on a bit of a, you know, force one of themselves, because they'll be able to get the full buy here. They definitely don't have credits into the next. Pivotal round for both sides. You can see Ches is actually a bit low. Surprised he doesn't want to invest. He does have the credits to invest into a full rifle, but instead he feels like the Spectre is where he wants to sit with this one.
Yeah, it looks like the Sage doesn't really want to be investing. Maybe, possibly, like, you know, go for the save and go for oh my god, go for an ult play. And so Chess, early takedown, I guess that is just going to be it. For him, meanwhile, it's not really a lot of backup. As the side's already going to be locked on VDP, also goes down as well. Vrain as well is going to be there. There's going to be the Season Prowlers, you know, going to be thrown, but there's going to be the exchange leaders. Does eventually go down. So here we go. Debonair Moss still has Empress up into deck. 2v4 situation. Trying to find this one through, working through it to decay. really not much that they can possibly be touching. They're going to be denied off the side. Have to wait. Here comes the quick flash. Trying to pop this one out, trying to identify. But here comes the first one. Hippo goes down, and that's going to be Moss as well. So 2-all situation where the blue side now can have a little bit of advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it was just really nice push on towards the A side. They get their initial pick, and unfortunately, Ches isn't really in that position because they're playing more towards Heaven to contest too much. They're also with that Spectre, so it makes things a bit more difficult. And now, both sides locked at 2 apiece, and it will be the boys over on the blue side of things. Well, it's a bit of a shame they're not red because their colour at the moment is in the game, so that's a bit of a confusing one if you want to try that. But yeah, they've got themselves that full buy again as they survive most of their players, and just going to be some slight pistol bombs to the blue side. There's again aggression towards this mid here, and Lilith is going to be peeking out early. Gets some nice damage, but Nep still the superior rifle. Will put that one away as they charge in towards Garage. There's only one on towards the C side, so if this gets one going early, it could be a whole lot of trouble. Jumping up in towards that top bit as well as the blink goes through, and that might even have popped up there as Pseudo. Looking towards that flank is going to be really interesting because he does have that classic of the right click potential, but he grabs the first one there, looking for the second. Flashes and then goes out of there. Hippo's still towards the side. Location revealed though. A bit of damage, but Chammy puts him away. A push in from VDP, but Pseudo deals with that. That's all left on to Ches in a 1v5. Classic in hand. And I don't think very long for this one.
Yeah, I don't think... Look at all the utilities being thrown out. Oh dear. They just want to make sure that the other team's not going to have anything. They're going to kill them all. And so Flawless does come out, and it really goes to show when you have a Fade that knows how to use Haunt and seize, and then the right positioning right there. You're not getting away, especially with a Prowler coming right behind. And so possibility that we're gonna just see a war into a Nightfall into an Empress just go for the full push. They definitely have the ability to lock or sight down rather aggressively at this stage, especially if there's going to be a tremor into Event Horizon. Not many sides that you can tuck yourself back in, and so a very dangerous position to be in. 1v5 situation onto the A long, and Moss has to be the one to stop them all.
They do. Demonut really picking towards the A, so it's going to take a bit of damage. And again, they're looking to get really aggressive early. This time towards A once more. And Moss, the blind out, he's going to be taken away from that. Down to 30 HP already. Location revealed as well in such an awful area. Tries to get back towards his teammates, but he's put down. Chemmy's also found Lilith, and Pseudo gets VDP, and just like that, the side completely clear. Hippo is on this flank behind. Opportunity to stop the Spine Planter at least here. Just gets around to the last second. The spray. Oh no, that one did not go to plan for Hippo. And now Ches, position 9, will be put away in a flawless round from Joseph Banks, secondary College Blue. And that is exactly what they're after, continuing to build up that credit investment they've got. Everyone around that 6,000, 7,000 credit mark. And meanwhile, for the red side, Emp, it's not looking too great on their end. I mean, there's an opportunity to invest some slight ones here. Can possibly even get some full ones. And I mean, Ches can do that full buy if they want to, because they will have the credits available into next. But it looks like maybe some Marshalls, a couple of pistols, Spectre, whatever you want. But boys on the blue side, looking very, very sold indeed.
Here we go. They still have everything ready to go for the next one. The last one, the blue side only utilized Empress, so now they can still have the same thing. They still have Breach onto the side, and now they can identify. So they just have to deal with the Nano Swarms and the Llama Bot. Pretty much Ches just goes down for free. Not really much they can do. Yes, they are going to be able to utilize this, but the blinds are going to come through. Rolling Thunder is also going to be utilized, and so concussion with pistols, you're not going to have a good time. And so pretty much everyone just goes down. And now it's just up to Lilith with that Marshall, trying to get a dink, trying to get something done. But as soon as he peeks, he's going to see a lot of bullets flying to his face. And that is going to be another beautiful round for the side of blue.
That is well on top at the moment after dropping the first 2-5 on the trot, and they've been dominating these gun rounds. When it's mostly just been the pushes they've done in. They just put everything together and they just go charging on into whatever side they want to. And getting the trades, or it's not even trades, they're just getting all of these 1v1 picks, and nothing is coming back, unfortunately, for the red guys. And now, going into this one here, such a pivotal gun round. Need to just stop the rot 5 in a row. Need to start cutting into this credits that they're building up so much right now. And this time they're going to be towards that C-long position, and there's only the one player, Hippo. And that division as well means that he's in a really odd position, and it has to fall off Garage. So, should be left in a 5v5 retake here, as the spike does get planted. And here we go, and Pseudo on the flank behind. He's already spotted Ches, so an opportunity to maybe take one down there, but he's already aware of his teammates, so he's just going to be such a pain in the side if he even gets that one going. Ches again, going back and forth. It's just distraction and all, trying to plant that wall, and you're playing with fire there. As that one goes down, VDP does have the ult available. They look to try and push him off that in this 4v4. We're now into a 4v3 as Hippo continues to trade. It's going to be kept pretty even.
Well, they eventually took down BTP as well. The lockdown is there, but at the same time, they haven't really done too much at this second in order to counter. And so, yeah, not gonna get the chance to even get a defuse out here. Pseudo on a triple kill. It looked like for a second that they could have had a lot more done, but as soon as Ches got eliminated right in the beginning, and then they were without support, there was nothing that they can compete with. They had to fall off C because of the Astral Wall. Can't really pick into blind. And now, yes, we can buy. Yes, we have 3 ults up against the 2. But at what stage are we going to be able to duel this out? Because every time they go for a duel, they lose out and there's not enough support. So, yeah, the credit is still very divided between the players just now onto the side of red. And blue is going to keep it rolling.
That they will. 6 on the trot, and again, it's going to be pushed towards this A site. Even with these sort of, you've got that Killjoy utility, but it's not really slowing them down. If it is, it's just for a few seconds. As once again, they're getting towards this from the location hod. Not going to find much there. VDP trying to go early, trying to stop that before it comes in, and now Ches in just so much trouble walling up around that side. He's just absolutely caught out. Has managed to live. I don't know how on earth they got out of that. 5v4 though, it sort of gets hit by Will coming from above. They're looking to try and get those trades, but NetNeb and Chimi, it's all falling the blue boys' way, and now all left onto Ches. He managed to get out of the side somehow, but now he's going to go back in if he wants to try and get this one done. He's already been blinded as well. Picked up that Spectre as he starts to head towards heaven. There's really not much he can do in this situation. He's already been flanked from behind as well as they look to go and check that. Spotted right there towards heaven, trying to get a spray down towards Chibi, but he will finish it off. 7 in a row for the Joseph Bank Secretary Blue, as they have just been rolling on this attacking side ever since they got their full bite. And I mean, amp the credits, they're just keeping it rolling. I mean, ISOs are down to 4,000, but everyone else, I mean, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000. And I say he's down to 4,000, like that's not another 2 buys pretty much for the next 2 rounds, even if they were to lose it.
Yeah, what a big contrast to how they started. The rest side were the big A's and they convert into the gun. And then right after that, blue just came firing round after round. Pseudo and Chevy, like they're the ones leading the charge. They held on to the ult one round after the next as they quickly get a pick onto Lilith. And so another expensive round is going to come through. Empress being popped. Hippo finally goes down to Krog as well. That's Krog's first kill, mind you. And so as we say this, Empress is going to be fully challenged outside. Pseudo looking to get aggressive, trying to pick up anything that's in the clean. VDP from behind. Spots one, but gets taken down instead. Moss onto the side, knows that one, but yeah, it's a talk. They can't really do anything. Gotta go challenge the flash against Lear. Yeah. Not gonna be having the time of your life, especially when there's gonna be 2 against the 1, but then when Moss is gonna win, it's gonna be the last one standing. Event Horizon comes with the pick. Oh, barely gets away. Again, 3-on-1 situation with the spike kicking in front of you.
Does manage to know nice one there into NetNet, but now ISO Blue with the flash. He knows where he is, and it's basically about just trying to get picks before the spike does go off. So at least a bit of damage done, but again, it's another round here for the Joseph Bank Century College Blue side as they find 8 on the trot now. And just continue rolling with this one here. 2 rounds left in this first half, so I mean, Moss up to 10 kills for the boys over on the red side of things, but no one else unfortunately going with him for the VDP. On the other side of things, Pseudo and Chimi 13 and 12 apiece. I don't know, you're right. Were you saying that was Krog's first kills of the game? Or were you talking about Ches?
I was reading the ult right there. Like, there's too many numbers. My eyes are spinning.
I felt like Krog got a couple of kills. But, well, still 2 rounds left in this half. Joseph Bank Central College Red need to just find a few defensive ones. But again, they don't really have anyone towards this seaside. And Hippo going across late, but what does he have to really defend this if all 5 start pushing in towards this side? So much utility to use. The blind's still available. They managed to get the 3 across, or at least maybe defend this slightly. But VDP, he's forced off that one with the judge, and Hippo blinded in towards the corner. He's still there, but he goes for a reload. Jumping through his VDP, but Pseudo waiting in the corner. Welcomes his head. Moss has managed to get at least 1 trove back, but still 4v3 situation. Another chance here for Secondary College Blue to get themselves their 9th, and that one falling a little off makes it even more difficult.
player standing.
Slowly, Moss starts walking to his death right now. It's just going to be Chen. 1v4, and he gets taken down instantly by Pseudo. So we come to the 9-2 proposition right here, and there's going to be no curse at all. I mean, unless Red is going to pick up a round and then quickly fight back into the conversion, where we go for the flip. But look, if you look at the credit right now, it's like Spectres and Phantoms all around, and Moss really can't be buying anything, so it's going to be back onto a full armor buy into the loadout and just wait for a drop. Meanwhile, it's onto the side of Blue. Wow, it's just everyone already on full buy. They've been sitting on a very rich bank. Every round they just wait into it. Chemi is just one away from the ult. And so, early suppression knife is going to quickly go down. And Pseudo goes down rather early this time. That could be a nice swing.
Something to work with. They haven't had the advantage too much in this half. And Krog, though, gets it right back as he manages to put Hippo away. And again, the C site wide open.
Bring them down.
NapNap also just trying to find those first ones there. As the Prowler, the first one doesn't find for anything. He has a chance to grab Ches, and we'll at least get that one there. But Moss pushing on out just as the spike's getting planted. We'll get one, but Chemi with the instant trades. VDP's on the flank behind. He'll be joined momentarily as well as Ches looking towards that backside as he tries to get in towards this C now. Does have a revive available and actually should be able to get one here as one of their teammates is down towards Garage. As now VDP has been spotted, get some nice damage, and in fact will grab ISO Blue, puts it into a 3v2. Hasn't used the revive here, and Shaw Lilith puts away Chemi as VDP, the Spectre from long range, doing damage, and over the last hit as well. It's all left on the NapNap, holding it down, but Ches might have just done enough there as he comes in on the flank. Shook at the spike diffused, and they will find their third just at the final hurdle here, a 9-3 half. There's something to work with into the second.
Yep. That whole time, bless you. That whole time, they held on to the Astral wall. I didn't understand that one. So Chemi could have definitely just ward off one side and just play off, retrieve them to the garage side or even back into top and give them life for it. So I guess it was just they didn't want to deal with a dry pit, but especially if you were going against the Sage without the capability of a flash right there, they had to raw pick you either way. So yeah, a bit of a funny play right here. But as we go for the switch, it is 9-3. The curse can definitely be there. So if they're trolling or if they can, obviously get back into it, we're looking at Moss to quickly pick up some extra kills, maybe go for another team ace straight up, and then, you're able some nice gun victory, and then into the free gun. I mean, that's just the testimonies that's been given by the Twitch viewers. So we'll see what's going to happen as we go for the switch.
That we do. Looking like a lot of players getting ready for this aggression towards A long early. All five, in fact, will be taking their way down this route. Two players waiting on the A side to defend this one. North running close here. Prowler going out. And unfortunately, that's just gone a bit too short there. It's on the roof, not going to find too much. NapNap. Port will be destroyed, so does manage to grab at least one towards that direction and forces them off the A side. The rotate all start to come in. They've got some nice ones here as well. I mean, they've got 3 people over towards the A side as they start coming away now. And now they're going to be taking their way through the sewers. An opportunity to try and find someone here, and NapNap might just be walking into a whole lot of players, and Demonor Moss finds the first one. It's exactly what they're after. They had a perfect pistol last time around as Chemi spots that one, but now they're starting to rotate. Now they all start running away, and this actually might work to perfection as the C site's been left. I think it might have been heard there from Pseudo, so he's starting to get his way going. Presence will be slightly detected there, I think, but he's hearing all these numbers. He might have an opportunity to find one here. Gets a ding. Can't quite find the kill to begin with, but gets the lift at the end. And we'll get that healing back up to 100. So a 4v4 retake about to take place here. And Moss will go down to Pseudo. And Krog's managed to find Hippo.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Pseudo on a triple kill. These managers cannot be taken down, and Chemi's going to take down Ches. Yes, they got an opening pick, and they were able to pretty much go for a full diversion into C with the spike plant, but they did not have enough Julie capability in the end, and they got out-angled. And so 10v3 situation, the Blue breaks the curse. They're going to have the early guns to contest with the armor, so the advantage given through in order to convert into the free round. So Spectres are definitely going to be on board, and as I said earlier, this is a composition that could be heavily utilized, for the attacking side, but on the defense, it'll do just fine, especially as what we're seeing from NapNap. NapNap just literally threw out all the Prowlers, and yeah, you can't really do too much. Hold into Prowler, you're pretty much done, and then if you get, pretty much seized up in a gunfight, you can't just aim for it, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. And Chemi just puts down Hippo. It's like that's the do not go section. So as they get dissuaded off the long, they're gonna look for a different way of executing onto this round.
They will. It's looking like Garage might be the spot, but Pseudo was waiting there and also with a judge, so this could be absolutely devastating. BDP is going to be the first in, the first to fall. They're looking for a second tray, but Pseudo can just run away from that one, and they're going to be fall on from the top mid one there as Pseudo looks to get aggressive again. He's found Ches. That's the spike drop. Sees the second one there on Moss. Going to be at the half as Iso probably puts down a little bit. It's all left on the Moss. Pseudo finds a 3K. And Joseph Banks Secondary College Blue find their 11, 3-11 in this one. They found the first 2 of this second half and an opportunity to get themselves onto map and series point here. As they have just been completely dominated by Pseudo and Chemi, 22 and 16 apiece. Devin Moss 66, Anthony's got 13, unfortunately. Just hasn't had too many people or his teammates going with him at the moment.
Unfortunately not. I think Moss pretty much made himself the MVP hero of his team straight up from the bat. But then after that, the rest of his team can't follow his pace. And so, this is the opportunity for the side of Red to just quickly take a round back and challenge. But Chemi quickly almost picks up another kill to the headshot. They're going to challenge him once again, but Chemi can get away with 30 health. And yeah, VDP is going to try to go for a challenge, but not with all the utilities coming out. And yeah, he's just gonna have to wait and deal with all these extra blinds and smokes.
There's another one to the outside at the moment. Nep trying to peek around that one, but Moss is ready for it. Puts him down, 5v4 situation. And they're trying to get back on towards the side. Hippo puts Krog away nicely. So this should be the plant going down for the Spark. A 5v3, a chance for a fourth here. Chemi, though, has managed to find Hippo. So there's still something to work with here as they continue to push in towards this. But, well, just like that, Moss has completely decimated the rest of secondary, the Joseph Banks Secondary College Blue. It's just Pseudo left with a judge. He's been on top so far in this game, but you would imagine here Amp he can't particularly do too much unless some people want to start running in towards him, and that ice wall probably means that's not going to be happening.
Yeah, I think that's just pretty much it for the round. 1-on-4 situation with the judge, even if you can get the first kill early without a backup of Vandal or Phantom, that's going to be lights out. And so, as he quickly rushes out into the window, he might just be able to pick up the rest of the ball. 1, 2, oh my god! It is a 4K for Moss, but a big double kill for Pseudo. Oh my god. And now, yes, they won the round, but they're going to have to spend 2 extra money for no reason at all.
Yeah, well, it's not what you probably wanted to end that, but still, 4-11. Joseph Banks Secondary College Blue, and they've got the money for some full buys here. Some interesting ones, actually. I mean, there's Vandals and the other ones across the way. Krog has got himself a Bucky, so, well, if he gets anyone in close quarter stuff, there could be some damage to be done in that department. Again, looking to try and get themselves in towards this mid side here. Isobili gets the first, but Moss is there for the trade. And now an opportunity to try and blast them towards that B side. Now Krog all in towards Garage. They've got to be careful about going in there. Does have that Bucky available, and he will find the first. That's the spike dropped as well. They have to try and push into this. So Krog just goes out and finds Ches. An opportunity to maybe find another. They know he's close to that one there. He's going to run out and find another 3. Make it 4 for Krog. Oh, the Bucky goes wild. That is everyone's. That's just the dream you want. If everything comes together, you buy a Bucky, you get 4 kills with it. And yep, that's pretty much it, I have to say. What could be the killing blow to this one here as the Joseph Banks Central College Blue now 12-4, 8 map and series points to take this one away.
Oh dear, oh dear. This is not how you want to be ending right there, but yeah, I think Krog just put the nail into the coffin, especially when you're on the losing streak. He's going to make it even more devastating. The power of the Bucky finally just shown across that Garage, and Pseudo's, they're going to quickly use the operator to great effect, takes out VDP, and now they're going to have to deal with the Seekers into the Empress, and yeah, this is not a good time.
Yeah, it's just really not. It's pretty rough for them on this one here. And they've already been spotted a few. However, Hippo does find Nep early, so they've managed to get themselves at a numbers advantage, at least for now. And Krog is not in the greatest position with the Bucky at the moment. Presence detected again. And they start to rotate towards the A side where no one's sitting right now. Pseudo's going to see, realizing not much happening in that direction. Players coming in at the right time, but oh, that's the spike, the rotate from C Long. And that's that one down while Hippo finds Chimmy. They've got to go back and grab that. Krog, though, he still only has the Bucky, so if they can get in some long-range situations with this, they can probably grab this back, but the fact they have to go back and get it, they've got the A side. In doing so, they're trying to rotate around. This could be big. I think he's been heard, though, as they're trying to get around in that position. ISO puts away Hippo, so 3v2 situation, and now this becomes a really awkward one. Spike is there, they can grab it. At least away from that position. Krog's got a chance for that. And Ches gets that first tap on. Can he find the second? Or solo indeed. He finds it again. Trying to get back towards the other side now. But Moss is ready for it. 23 seconds. The rotate can go towards his A site. Now he has to start moving. And the enemy team, well, they're going to at least allow this spy plant. You'd imagine they start to come over. But Moss, an opportunity to keep this one going. 2v1 is going to be the retake here.
Alright, here we go. Barely we get the spike plant in. Now it's up to Moss, the one to clutch out. I mean, it's going to be anyone that's going to be like this. So Empress and Concussion's going to come through. Moss pretty much living with that 100 health with the armor. He gets that first one. I mean, come on. Alright, quickly dismisses onto the correct one. It is going to be the battle of Reyna right here. Pseudo! It just pops out and takes him down. This man has been on a rampage. And so that's going to be it. JVSC Blue is going to take it over the red side. And so, 13-4 victory right after a big, beautiful start onto the red side. That is huge. And I got to say, big, massive credits to the both sides. But like, yeah, even after an explosive opening, ultimately, Pseudo has made everything a complete mess right after.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the last round there, not too bad from the boys over on the, I guess, the blue side of things. But it's just the, I guess, going downhill. And winning the first 2 rounds, we thought, all right, things could be looking up. We're getting stuff together off a roll. And then dropping the next 8 in a row probably didn't help their cause. And just, the 9-3 again. I think that was 3 9-3s, and the curse did not occur once. So, wow. You never see that. A bit of an amazing stuff there. We take that. Maybe the curse is finally lifted. Who knows? But I believe our MVP is about to come on screen to show who was, of course, the best gamer from that one. Who was the winner of sorts. But I believe we've sort of gone with Pseudo. Yeah, not too much surprising on that round. 26-5, just absolutely dominated things across the board. And it was just very solid. Also, Prady asking about my background from last week. It's there. We had to change camera stuff, so I didn't have time to actually rotate it across because it's going through the Opera G8 or the browsers now for where we're at. So next week, don't worry, I'm sure I'll be able to get it back. But yeah, no, really solid stuff from Pseudo, 26-5. I believe we'll be getting an interview as well with one of the players coming in shortly. But yeah, I mean, just a pretty dominant performance over the West Australian side of things. And with their second round done. We're only the 4 teams. There's only 3 rounds, so next week will be that, and then they'll be moving into final stuff. So, all those wins are just made so much more important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest highlight was Krog. When Krog came out with that big Bucky swing out for 2 rounds, he made things very, very interesting. Especially living on 70 pin right there. I think that was the highlight, that these guys were able to compete under such circumstances and still get away with such clean kills. I think when it came down to it, it is still a game where you need team synergy and you need to know where your angles are before you start smoking and flash out and using the correct agent abilities in order to maximize efficiency when it comes to defense and attack. You can see the difference between red and blue, where the blue side coming from the attack, they started off a little bit more poorly, but then right after that, they held onto the ult, and then round after round they were able to secure it just by putting places in check. They put a lot of threats in, where the red side not really having the time of their life right after having some 2 big rounds coming in back and forth, and really just not having the right things to identify, especially when it came down to the second half. Defending was mismanaged in most of the cases, where mid was pretty much an opportunity that was given away. And yeah, a lot of things can be said, but ultimately it is how you use your strategy to make the other team dance in order to, score yourself that ultimate victory. And so, massive congratulations to the attacking side on blue for taking tonight.
Yeah, it's very solid indeed, as they will. Well, they'll be taking that one. And for the red side of the boys, I mean, there was positives, I guess, to take away from that, from a few of the players, and I guess a few of the callings from there as well. I mean, getting those 2 initial rounds, you work with that. It was just probably the gun rounds in between that sort of struggling. to get those defensive players towards each side. And I think more of it would just be, trying to get that play calling well. It's like how you want to put the numbers onto each one and play that one. Because, I mean, the Killjoy pick was a good one in the sense that, you can sort of control that A side for a time, at least starting off. But it was literally just the boys getting together, rushing onto a side as a 5 and getting the trade picks. And sometimes that's all you need to get a side done. Bit of a rush, few kills, bang, spike down. It just makes it impossible for the defensive side to really do anything from there. And then you've just got, you're either saving over and over again, or at that point, you'd more than fact just looking for, exit frags. And that does make things very difficult when your credits aren't all there either. But still, plenty to learn from both teams. But I would say the Red Boys would be smiling from ear to ear. Well, actually, I should say the Blue Boys, for the St. John's, for smiling from ear to ear. And also, not bad, Em. 2 of their 3 games, the same school for both ones. So, not bad at all.
Hey, not bad at all, indeed. And so, as we are trying to prepare for a player interview, guys, please make sure to check out Torrens University Australia Blue College of Design, which is going to be one of our partners, and of course the MSI. They will have really awesome gear and really awesome educational systems. If you wish to educate yourself, get yourself some gear, and obviously attend, one of the best colleges around Australia, make sure to check them out. At the same time, if you have not followed, is twitch.tv/MetaHSC and MetaHSC 2, where we're going to be streaming the latest of Valorant, League of Legends, and Rocket League competition throughout Meta. That's going to be it for how we go about things. And so I guess we're just having a little bit more wait time until we prep one of the WASC. Okay, it looks like we are running
a few issues, I think, unfortunately, with our man coming in to have a discussion, but hopefully that will be able to reconcile itself. In the meantime, I guess for everyone that's come in from from later and has missed the first bit, for the games that were going on, John Monash Science School going down 6-13 against Melbourne High School over on the side of our second game there. Not too bad. And also was a 13-6 or there's a 7 win for the guys over in Wanga 22. It was Blacktown Boys High School against Blacktown Boys High School, but teamed over on the other side, going down there 13-7. So again, some decent maps, some decent picks for both ones, and I think there was a few clips you could definitely take out of a few of those. But I guess going forward, this is still fairly early for most of them. I mean, Western Australia, so we said, of course, they've only got the 4 teams, so they're pretty much getting close to finishing their first round robin before they start moving into final stuff. But for all the other guys, I mean, they have the sort of 5 rounds to work with. You get those first 2 going, and you might be down 0-2, but there's stuff that you can to get going. But there's definitely things you can change on both ends because it still is rather early.
Yeah, it looks like we are having too much technical difficulties to have one of the players join for the interview, so I guess we just won't be able to have that. But we do see Debonair Moss 66 into the chat. Very nice ace starting, dude. We were pretty much off our seats right in the beginning. Very clean aim. And yeah, dude, it's a bit of a shame that you guys dropped the game tonight, but obviously there's still a lot more to work with, and especially when you guys are attending to the same school. It is time to sit around and have some more scrims in order to run through some more beautiful games. And yeah, it's unbelievable. And for Freddy, personal favorite games to watch so far for me. In terms of meta, definitely has been. I think there was quite a few. I mean, Melbourne High School today's one was pretty good. Glen Waverley was pretty good last week. Definitely some real nice highlights. Yeah,
I'd say the third game we had with Western Australian one last week was entertaining to say the least. I mean, as we said, started out as a 4v5, ended halfway through as a 2v3, and then we finally got most of those numbers back. But that was that was fun to watch. If you're gonna watch Valorant, sometimes it's good to just sit back, relax, and see some shenanigans, especially when it's already a 4v5 to begin with. But yeah, I'd say most of the games we've casted so far, I really couldn't pick an absolute winner because they've all been quite close, and yeah, just fun to watch. Plenty of decent plays from both sides of things, and hoping as we continue into this. Next week we've got week 3, week 4, week 5. As we continue with all these games, they just get better as the teams get more cohesion, more fluidity. As they continue on with their different picks of maps, players, and all the good stuff there. But Amp, I think as that interview is not going to go through, we are pretty much done for the evening. So I guess the Last thing to do is to thank our boys, Mr. Temporal, who's been on the cameras today, done some fantastic stuff. We love his observing. Saves us from doing it as well. We can concentrate on the game, so very much appreciated. Our boy, Mr. Black Nico, who's PC struggling a bit with this new system, but it pulled through, I think there was a slight crash with the camera stuff going on for that last interview, but we got through. And also to our partners, Torrens University Australia, the Billy Blue College of Design, and MSI. Thank you very much, because it allows us to do these casting games. It allows the schools to see all their casting stuff going on as well. So, yeah, good stuff all around. And I guess all we need to do is some sign-off stuff. You got any last words for the chat? Any words of wisdom to send them on to next week?
Okay. Well, look, with great schools come two different teams. When it comes down to the dominance, both will gain, because at the end of the day, no matter what you do, you're going to win and you're going to learn. So make sure to keep it rolling and keep it screaming, because if you keep on rolling like that, we're going to see a much better improvement all the way to the next season as well. I don't know. It doesn't rhyme. I try my best. I can't do this. But make sure to follow my boy, #Slim, on his Twitter, and of course on his Twitch, where he'll be doing a lot more casting and playing his games. I'm done.
Someone please take all of that and put it up on a wall, because that was wise words. Yes, very wise words from the amp. And also make sure you follow the big man as well on Twitter, and also over on Twitch, does a few nice streams and stuff as well. And if you want to make sure you follow us, because usually we're casting together, if it's AEL, if it's this, if it's just some LPL action for Valorant, or CSGO, if they ever fix their broadcast stuff over there. Hopefully we'll get back for some LPL stuff for that, and maybe some event stuff coming up soon. That would be nice. We're still, we've been doing this for 2 years now, Amp. We're still yet to actually cast in person together. It doesn't help we're in Sydney and Melbourne, but COVID has not helped in that regard, but maybe soon. Maybe, I don't know what Meta's doing for the live events. That would be pretty nice indeed. Wink, wink. Just send us over for that one. But I think that will end it there. Thanks for coming in, guys. Hope you enjoyed the evening. Hope your team won. If not, well, you've always got next week. And we will catch you all later.
Peace.